Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today is Space Monday. Why is it Space Monday? Because it is a space day in Russia and I am from Russia originally. So I don't know about you, but I'm a lot into space. I'm always following the latest space news. I watched what do you call it when the space station, International Space Station meets a spaceship like the ones that we put into space. Anyhow, I watched that. I believe it was in May when Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, it was the first cosmonaut mission that went to meet International Space Station with cosmonauts on board, done by private space company. Yeah, so I watched that with my family. I made the whole family watch this live streaming from NASA. So anyhow, I'm a lot into space. I believe that the future of humanity is a space one. And why are we talking about space? So, well, I don't know, I think because it's Space Day. But also space reminds me that there is so much potential in us, in each of us. And when we come together and work on something, like the sky is not the limit. There are footprints on the stars or on the moon, as one of the first moon men I personally met said in his book, Buzz Aldrin. I actually met the guy on at one of the galas dedicated to anniversary of moon landing. I did that 4 years ago. Yeah. So when we come together, when we start working with our potential that is in us, when we start believing, when we collaborate, when we do things together, we can achieve so many things and transform our planet and the future of the whole nation globally, right? And don't forget about that, guys. There is that limitless potential in each of you, but you need to do something to bring it out, to make it useful, to harness that energy that is in you. And that's what this podcast is ultimately all about, helping you to harness this full potential that is in you, this potential that can help you to do the impossible things that you might think are impossible, that in fact are not, when you bring out this potential that is in you. Guys, so work on yourself, work on your routines, on your habits, on the foods that you eat, on your work, on all the things that make you better you. And usually you know what those things are. So work on that, guys. And you not only will transform your life beyond your wildest expectations, you also transform the whole world, or a part of your world. Every one of us has the potential to change the world in some way. And if you are into that and you believe you can, you definitely can. Just work on that. Anyhow, today, guys, I actually would like, this whole week, we're going to be dedicating to foods that help us to have more energy, to feel more energy, and to use that energy for things that we want to achieve in life, and to just live a more awesome life. So this week is all about eating and foods for energy, foods that actually have nutrients that our body needs to create that energy. It's not about some metaphysical concept. No, this actually is all based on science that we already have, that is proven, that is non-negotiable. So there are certain foods that contains in bigger amounts certain nutrients, like for example, vitamin B1 or B2 or magnesium, and there are a lot of other nutrients that we need to create energy effectively in our bodies. There is some noise behind me. I'm not sure what that is, but if you hear something, guys, that's just something happening. I'm not sure what that is. Anyhow, guys, this week is all about energy. But before we dive into different foods and nutrients, I'd like to share with you my eating routine and how I make sure that I support my health, that I manage my nutrition well, and that I have a lot of energy without having to deal with weight issues. I have a few rules that help me to do that. And guys, rules, routines, things that become your habits, your routines, they are the doors, they are the doorways into your best performance. They make your habits, your routines, make things that you might make decisions about, they make them automatic and they save you energy. So that's why I'm such a huge fan of routines, of habits, and with sticking with something that works for you and just do it automatically, because that's going to save you so much mental and physical energy that you can then invest into something that you want to do in this life, be that some entrepreneurial projects or your personal hobbies, or I don't know, whatever that is. The more energy you have, the more you can invest into those things that matter for you, right? So here are a couple of my routines that I've been doing for years. That's why I have so much additional energy that I can do all these other things, like trying to change the world, to become best health educator, or traveling the world, living in different countries, going through all these, cultural shocks and adjusting to new environments, no matter where in the world I am. I'm able to do all of this because I automated a lot of these things related to my nutrition, my sleep, my fitness. A lot of things I put on automatic mode or autopilot. So number one, when it comes to food, I manage the time. So I know I practice intermittent fasting mostly because it's convenient, because I don't have to think about food that much. That's why I usually have my fruit as first meal of the day. A little bit later, I have something like yogurt or kefir with some zero sugar, dark, 100% dark chocolate with some nuts and seeds, some cacao powder in that. And then later, there is one meal that I actually cook and need to clean after. That just, saves me time. I get time to enjoy my meal fully. I like cooking, but I can't really imagine cooking 3 times a day. So once a day cooking, that's enough for me. And for that meal, I usually cook a lot of vegetables, a lot of highly nutritious protein options like organ meats, like chicken livers, eggs, like shellfish, for example, mussels, fatty fish, sardines, mackerel, salmon, a lot of vegetables, especially green and all of the colors like red and orange and purple and white. So and I'm done with my food. So timing of the meals is very important. The second thing that saves me a lot of energy on thinking about my food and nutrition, at the same time giving me all the nutrients I need without any negative stuff. So I don't snack. So that's what I was trying to say, guys. I don't snack, guys. So those 3 meals, my fruit, my yogurt, and my main meal of the day, and I don't snack in between. That allows me not to micromanage my calories or the amounts of foods, not to think too much about my macros and micros. I don't snack, and so I don't have to manage my calories to maintain ideal body weight, being super lean and feeling amazing and not being distracted by food all the time, and digestion. I don't snack. That is very important, guys, if you want to maintain a steady energy levels and optimize your digestion and maintain your weight without thinking about too much. So number 1, timing, yes. Number 2, no snacking. Number 3 is minimize processed foods of any kinds. And I'm not just talking about obvious stuff like, I don't know, sugary snacks or fast food or breakfast cereal, whatever that might be. I'm also talking about things like flours in your bread. Like bread is a processed food. I'm also talking about not butters that is processed. It might be, of course, much healthier than some fast food or sugary snack, but it's still processed. So instead of nut butters, eat whole nuts. I minimize oils and fats added while cooking. So instead of, let's say, coconut oil, eat coconuts. Instead of olive oil, eat olives most of the time. Instead of avocado oil, use avocados. That matters, guys. That changes your digestion, your metabolism, so many things when you just stick to whole foods and eliminate as much as possible processed foods. The only processed food that I consume on a regular basis is dark chocolate, and I manage that precisely. And that brings me to the next point, is managing your calorie dense foods like dark chocolate. A lot of calories, about 500 per 100 grams, right? So I eat precisely 1 ounce. And how I do that without using scales or anything, I usually buy 100 grams of chocolate and I divide it into 3 parts, and here you go. No scales required. So measure calorie dense foods like nuts and seeds. I talked on one of my videos last week about how 3 Brazil nuts, for example, is about 100 calories. 1 nut is about 33 calories. And then 6 nuts, that is not that much more, already 200 calories. So you want to measure those calorie dense foods if you want to not only optimize your digestion, but also not to overeat, overwhelm your system with unnecessary calories, because that also will slow you down. That will decrease the amount of energy you have, and that might potentially put you in a situation where you're gaining weight, and then after a while, you're gonna have excess weight that doesn't feel good, that is not healthy for the body, and you don't want to be in that situation. So you want to manage those things, calorie dense things. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention, in processed foods, don't forget to not drink your calories, whether that's smoothie or juice or anything. Minimize your liquid calories. Eat your calories. That's important for satiety. That's important for metabolism, for digestion, for maintaining ideal body weight, for energy, for so many things. Liquid calories, they are the worst kind of calories that you can have if you are interested in maintaining ideal body weight, especially, right? So don't drink your calories in any form. Green juice calories are not magic. Your body still counts them. And if you drink one 330 milliliters bottle, that is like kind of average bottle, it's about 130, 150 calories. And then if you drink 3 of them, it's already like 400, 500 calories. So how are you going to maintain your ideal body weight and nutrition status? And besides, it might be not the best thing for your blood sugar. So measure dense calories, but also don't drink your calories. And number 5, when you sit down to eat, please do take time away of your computer, of your email, of doing things, or don't eat when trying to figure out a problem or having important conversation. Conversation with people you like about something light, that might be actually good for your digestion, sharing a meal together. But discussing some problem or some business issue while you are eating and trying to think of the solution, a lot of your blood flow going to go to your brain, not to your stomach. And that will create a lot of digestive issues, that will make digestion more difficult, that will require more energy for your digestion, that will take energy from your work. Eat undistracted, eat slowly, chew your food, don't just swallow or inhale your food. Chew your food. That also is important for your digestion, because the more you chew your food, the easier the digestion gonna run in your stomach, in your intestines, and the less energy, again, this whole digestive process is gonna take, and the more energy you're gonna have available for your work and other things you want to do in life, for your workouts, or at the end of the day to have some quality time with people you love, with your friends, with your loved ones. It all matters. Digestion matters. It can require as much as 30% of your daily energy, 30% that's not going to be available for anything else. So that's why it's important to optimize your digestion, and eating slowly, undistracted. That helps a lot with optimizing your digestion. Plus, when you eat slowly and undistracted, paying attention to your meal and enjoying it, it helps you a lot, guys. Believe my 10 plus years of experience and my personal experience and professional experience. Eating slowly, paying attention to your food, not watching TV, not checking email, not browsing social media, that will help you to maintain ideal body weight and get in touch with your satiety levels, how hungry or full you are. So much, it's going to improve your eating habits and going to help you to prevent overeating or overindulging or stress eating, so many things. So eating, not watching TV, eating, not emailing, eating, not scrolling your social media, eating, not having important conversations or trying to solve some business or personal problem. When you eat, just eat and think grateful thoughts. Think about something positive that will improve your digestion, that will help your body to use less energy for digestion, that will help you to prevent overeating, and that all will help you on so many ways to be better at your work, to have more energy for your workouts, to have energy for your loved ones, for your relationships. It will transform your eating practice, your health, and your energy levels. And that's what I do all the time. I used to watch Netflix or some other TV while eating, or, scrolling social media or doing something else. And every time I would notice how my digestion is not the same, how heavy it feels, how actually hungrier I am after my meals because I didn't pay attention to my meals while eating, and then it would manifest as eating more, as overeating, as feeling more anxiety, as feeling having my stomach, as having less energy for my work after my meals. It changes a lot of things in your health and energy levels. So please do pay attention to your food while eating. So let's just recap how simple rules of eating help me to simplify everything when it comes to my food, to make less decisions that I need for other things in my life, like my work, my hobbies, my learning and studying. Mental energy is a thing, guys, and you don't want to be spending you every day on things like worrying about where your food is coming from, whether you should eat this or that to maintain ideal body weight, to maintain health and energy and fitness. You should automate as much of that as possible. And so these routines that I just shared with you, they help me to do just that, to automate things, to make less decisions, to save more energy, and plus automating these things in the right way helps me to have more energy again, to get all the nutrients, to get more energy, to feel more awesome, and do amazing work and enjoy my life more in all aspects of it, not just work. So let's recap. Number one, I time my meals and I don't think about food outside of those times. I don't snack. So when I'm working on or doing something else, I'm in it, not thinking about snacks or foods. Number three, I minimize processed calories, liquid calories, processed calories. I stick to whole foods as much as possible for satiety, for nutrition, and to prevent overeating on autopilot, because we all probably want to look good and feel good in our bodies, right? Number four, I measure dense calories, so I don't just mindlessly start eating any amount of nuts I want. No, if I want to eat nuts, I'm going to eat exactly 14 halves of walnuts, because that's exactly 30 grams according to Google, and that's exactly 196 calories. If I want to eat dark chocolate, I buy 100-gram chocolate bar and I divide it into 3 parts, and that's what I'm eating. Measure those dense calories. Cooking oils. What else? I don't know, nut butters. Buy yourself measuring spoons, and just, if you decide to eat nut butter, eat just 1 tablespoon of that nut butter measured, because a lot of times you think, oh, it's just tablespoon, but then you would have heap, this super full tablespoon, and it's going to be 2 tablespoons, and that's the 2 times that calories. So instead of 100 calories, you're eating 200. So measure those dense calories. And number 5, eat slowly. When you eat, just eat. Don't watch anything. Don't check your emails. Don't try to work on some problems. Don't do any writing, reading, anything. Just eat. That will help you to spend less energy on digestion, to feel better after your meals, to prevent overeating, to have more energy for work, for life, and just feel so much better. So these are the eating routines that I automated that help me on so many levels to have more energy for everything else. Again, they take care of my nutrition. They allow me to save time on decision making. They allow me on autopilot to maintain great body. They allow me not to worry about my nutrition and my health and everything else. So routines, habits, they so powerful. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So figure out what your routines are, what works for you, and stick with them. Routines, habits, they save you so much time and mental energy. And thank you for listening today, guys. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear this. Share this at least with one person, or at least tell them about what you learned today. Figure out your eating routines so you can save a little bit more time and energy on them. Stay tuned for more energy full episodes this week that's going to be focused all on foods that we need to eat to have a lot of energy in our body. That's all that is, going to be, all that we're going to be talking this week. It's all science backed. It's not just something somebody invented or believes in. No, it's all science backed, right? So stay tuned for that. And as usual, guys, till next time, eat better daily.